من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ثم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Speak about the very important topic, and the reason actually many brothers and sisters in Sunnah followers and Jazakumullah khair, they always text me in Messenger on Instagram about the Jinn, about the hasad, the envy, and how to treat for treatment with that. But because most likely the same question more and more and more and more, I would love to make it more details for everyone to learn this. And I believe maybe last year we did more details and more proofs and how more treatment with Sunnah followers also. Sister Layla, are you there? Maybe you remember that day? I don't know if you still have it. Yeah, but anyway, brother and sister, the reason actually about how the jinn can attack us in the houses. But I go in more details. Number one, is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it happened to him or not? Is mixed sihr for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam? Explain that in Sunnah followers, I believe, and I make summary what about that, inshallah. In fact, yes, it happened to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and in fact, Hadith Aisha radiallahu anha, Sahih Bukhari, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam start to sometimes forget the Quran, and sometimes he is saying something to Aisha, and sometimes he say, no, you didn't say that. So Rasulullah made dua and dua and dua, and while he was sleeping sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, two angels came to him, and one of the angels next to the feet of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, next to the angel, said, "Ma bil rajul," what happened to him? And he said, "No, Labid ibn al-A'sam al-Yahudi." Labid, his name Labid, the man. Al-A'sam is the family, and he's a Jewish. And he makes sihr for him. I mean, sihr means magic. Yes, brother and sister, is a lot in Africa and here in America and in the Muslim world and non-Muslim world, in Jamaica and Bahamas and more and more and more. Sihr. Of course, we're not going to speak about halal and haram and this, not our topic. But yes, Rasulullah had to him. And long hadith in Bukhari and Muslim, I just summarized to Sayyid ibn al-Khudari, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam start to not even saying right even in salah. And the imam, the angels, and both angels making ruqyah, say he should make ruqyah. And where is number one, where is the sihr is? The magic. The magic. And that man, that Labid ibn al-As'ab, he make the hair, one hair of Rasulullah, the hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he make it in a comb, and it's a part of the animal camel bone, and he mix it, and he make it in a a well, and he keep that in that well. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a Sahaba, they went to that well and they saw the magic. And he told Aisha radiallahu anha, when I saw that, it become like very dark, not black, it's very dark and very distinct. And Aisha said, Ya Rasulullah, telling the Sahaba, and so I want the Sahaba to do that. And then in many hadiths, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught us how to treat that. We're going to speak inshallah. And also in salah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was in salah, and one of the shayateen tried to be passed out Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, passed. That's why in salah you have to have a sitra, divider. That means is my Quran here, and the sutra front of me, like this distance, that is the sutra. And we should, the sunnah mu'akkada, should with everybody have the sutra for everyone, Madina brother and Madina sister. And Rasulullah, he hold that jinn, the hold him, and then after Salah he released him, and he said, I almost hold him in the camel of the masjid and make the kids playing with it, but I remember my brother Dua Sulaiman alayhi salam, he controlling the jinn. Of course, I make that in summary. I think in last year I mentioned that hadith with Sister Layla, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. All right. Now, also, brother and sister, now, the key material Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and in the Quran. Many ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam how to treat ourselves if having magic or an evil eye or also sihr. And then all this, how many ahadith of Rasulullah was happened to himself and happened to the Sahaba, the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And our job as Muslims to follow only the attention, only what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam doing only. Number one. Number two, a lot of people have ruqya in a voice of the telephone or something voice. Somebody make ruqya in the house. That brother, that ruqya, and I can make a ruqya. You can make it for me, but not a phone, not a sound. That sound that you brother and sister to learn how to make the ruqya, not to make ruqya. But actually, many people for years. So, oh, brother Ibrahim, I run the ruqya in my house every day. That's waste of your time. Learn the ruqya, learn, or somebody can how to do it. They can do it also for you. But that phone or that sound you hear ruqya, beautiful voice, is waste of time. It doesn't benefits anything. But to listen to Baqarah, Surah Al-Baqarah, for example, Surah Al-Imran, or any Quran. The key to listen to the Quran, if you cannot read the Quran, if you cannot read Surah Al-Baqarah, for example, I'm going to speak about more details. Make it summary, my dear brother. If you can read, alhamdulillah, beautiful. If you cannot read, it's going to listen. The most important thing Allah said, وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا. As the Quran running, you give attention and comprehend, not speak. That ruqya can work, but it's better to read it myself, brother and sister. Okay? I mean, summary, and summarize actually what I did that with Sister Layla before, make a summary for everyone. Okay. Of course, there is hasad also, the envy. The envy, by the way, I can make hasad for myself. Hasad that means envy. I can make envy myself. And sisters also, brothers and sisters they can, and kids can make hasad for your own self. Remember that very well. How? Yes. Don't forget, hasad from the evil eye. I can look at myself in the mirror like this. Oh, I'm so handsome. I'm so beautiful. Or the sister, I have long hair. I this, and that you can envy yourself by the eye. Of course, scientifically also, but I think we spoke more in details regarding this, my dear brother and sister. Okay? But there is a ilaj. There is a treatment for all this, my dear brother and sister. I said again, Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah, nothing else. Nothing else. Also, Sunnah is Sunnah, what Rasulullah do, and he ordered and he practiced, and the Sahaba did it, and he approved the action of the Sahaba. Nothing else. That is the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That al-hasad is there in the Quran. Many ayat in the Quran. Am tahsiduna an-nas ala ma atahum Allah min fadli. So Allah said that in the Quran about the hasad, the envy, the evil eye. So we have to be careful, and but in the key, my dear brother and sister, how to treat ourselves. Try to summarize it, and summarize it one to go to the end. The most important thing, because the time is very short, to how to treat yourself from hasad. Hasad, I mean envy, from evil eye, from magic, and all this, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen. Okay? Don't forget Hadith Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Very important hadith. That al-aynu, that in Bukhari and Muslim. Al-aynu haqqa. ولو كان شيء سابق للقدر سابقه العين. See, العين, the eye, and envy, it is true. And that can change the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, everything in the destiny of Allah. But Allah taught us and sent Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to treat ourselves and to treat my community, my kids, my father, my mother, and my household and others. So Allah taught us this, how to treat ourselves. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent us a beautiful Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to teach us. Then me apply what Allah said and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to protect ourselves, my dear brothers and sisters. Okay. And حديث الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم أو البخاري قال حديث الرسول قال علمنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كيفية العلاج من العين. And the Sahaba said, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam teach us, he taught us how to protect ourselves from evil eye and hasad, the envy. Of course, ruqya shar'iyya, that means again, he taught us, he learned this from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not you listen in your house again to listen, to waste time. That waste time. I mentioned that before, but I remind you, brother and sister, what we discussed it with Sunnahfollowers before. Okay. Now, let me stop that. Sorry for that. So, brother and sister, how to treat, first, how to feel if you have, for example, an evil eye. If the person have an evil eye, ayn, how to feel it that, yes, it is ayn, or this is hasad. How to deal with that, my dear brother and sister. Number one, the person, male and female, you feel sad without reason to be sad. And also sometimes a sister, for example, crying, no reason crying, but continuously crying, and without reason. That is one of the things. Okay. And also, my dear brother and sister, sometimes you feel the same, sometimes you feeling shock, somebody your neck, you cannot breathe. And of course, that is hasad, that envy. Of course, that ayn, hasad. And also sometimes you see it under the eyes, under your eyes here and there, for male and females. Male and female, when they said yellow dots here and there without reason. That if some people say, oh, because of the heat. No, have to be careful that the heat something, and that hasad something else. Somebody give you an evil eye. So, and that sometimes spread in the face. In the face, be careful with that. Also, sometimes it's and you find it in the thigh of the male and female. There's some dots in your thigh. Okay. And sometimes brown and dark brown in the spot. Dark, very black, and or brown and surrounded by black, and that's also somebody got an evil eye with that. And some also has evil eye, hasad, and somebody make magic with that. The people do that is the person want to be beautiful, but it's still treatment with that. But all this I summarize it for the people who call me and speak with me about that. Summarize it. You know, I mean, you find something in between your under your eyes here, or the face, and your thigh. Sometimes in your arms, Okay, and sometimes looking like a rapidly, your heart rapidly move the heart without. I don't have a problem with my heart. My cardiologist, my doctor, the cardiologist said, you're okay, but it's boom, fast. That somebody give this kind of eye, okay? And sometimes male and female, you don't care about your appearance. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is always handsome, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Aisha and Sahaba always have for their hair and perfume and clothes always clean. But that person have the evil eye or magic, something to help. Oh, I don't care about my clothes. I don't, maybe male, sometimes I don't care. But female, normally, yes. If this happened to you, because normally you have to be clean, perfume, dressed, so and so. Then you have to how to treat yourself regarding this. So appearance is very important. We always have something. Oh no, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. That laziness, that something happened to you. Something happened to you. And also, memory. Oh, my memory gone. I'm weak. I can't remember. I can't remember. And sometimes start to vomit without no. I ate good, excellent food, and vomit. Okay, and can't concentrate in everything. That means something happened to you. Evil eye, or magic, or sihr. Okay. And also some people also, and all this I record what the people calling me, I record it down and sleep and always sleep. I can't wake up. Only Salah, and some people Dhuhr and Asr together and Maghrib Isha together. So that's very hard to wake up for Salat al-Fajr. That means something strong happened to you. Some people, I have to sleep. Yes, we have to sleep. We have to sleep. But normally 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, more than that, that means something wrong with that person. Okay. And somebody yawning, especially in Salah or read the Quran. You know, Quran like this, it starts with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, start. That means something serious here. If you accept that, that means something happened to you and your household. You have to be careful. That, my dear brother and sister, still, this is treatment, inshallah, inshallah. And also, what I thought, some people have money, and suddenly I lost my business, I lost everything. But what happened to you? Somebody gave me a very bad eye. We have to be careful regarding this, my dear brother and sister. Somebody give you an evil eye, this I have to make a review everything, what happened to me, who gave it to me, and so on and so on. So a lot of people lost jobs. Why? Not because I'm strong. I do everything. I do according to the book. I give you more for the company. Suddenly I'm fired. Not because I'm Muslim or black or white or Arab or non-Arab, regardless. I mean, something happened and they are out. You're not working anymore. I mean, here I have to understand something happened to me. Alhamdulillah, treat me. And also, I feel isolated. I don't want to speak to anybody. 1, 2, 3 days for this. Why you are isolated? Why not just leave me alone? Leave me alone. That leave me alone. I don't want to be alone. That means judge yourself. Because guys, see this problem where a lot of sickness come to you. By the way, a lot of sickness from envy and hasad and evil eye and magic. Trust me with that. I'm going to speak inshallah more details. Anyway, with all this, there is always treat my dear brother and sister. Also, when the sihr, the magic also. Sometimes you are in hand, sudden pain in your arm, pain without reason. I'm normally, I'm diving this normally, and suddenly a stiff like this, stuck like this, exactly, because it's happening here, and I cannot do anything like this. I cannot do anything. That means that's sihr. That magic, sihr and magic, same magic. Okay, or sometimes you have pain. For example, you have enough food not because of the food, sometimes the food, or drink water or something, drink something. Sometimes I feel very, very, very pain, and my stomach move. That means that's sihr. Somebody gave you drink, and that's sihr. You have to be careful with that, my dear brothers and sisters. And also, Sometimes you feel like this, you feel, I am faint. But what happened? Go to the hospital, you have nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. That means somebody give you a sihr, magic, my dear brother and my dear sister. And somebody have a lot of gas in his stomach, gas, and release air and air and air. And normally, because of the food. Normally, because there's the food. There's no food, not because of the food. That means there's a sihr. That is sihr. Okay? So even in Ramadan sometimes. Ramadan, you are fasting after Dhuhr and Asr. Your stomach is empty, not because I'm hungry, but there is some sihr happened to that person. May Allah destroy all the sihr, my dear brother and my dear sister. All right. I'm summarizing all this, my dear brother and sister, to get to the conclusion, inshallah. But think, everybody judge yourself and Sunnah followers here, watching on all social media. You know, if this happened to you, that means okay, I have to treat myself. The key, I have to treat myself. How? This book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sometimes also, especially in Ramadan also, I feel thirsty, so thirsty, not because the weather is very hot, I'm under the sun and the desert, but I'm thirsty. Drink water. I'm still thirsty. Okay? And your whole body feels dry. What is the reason? Somebody gave you sihr, magic, my dear brother and sister. Sometimes also, you have in the mouth a very bad smell. Sometimes when you dry mouth, have some smell. But here is that the smell that somebody you cannot even hear, the very, very, very bad smell from the stomach, from the mouth or the stomach. And also we go to the bathroom with the stool, and the smell is very, very, very bad. Don't forget, the jinn eating that buraz. Buraz is the stool. But okay, also some people have a stomach contraction. They cannot even go to the bathroom. You cannot even go to the bathroom. Stuck inside. Go 1, 2, 3 days. That means maybe food, yes. And also, I already have some medicine to make it diarrhea after that to lose, but still whatever cannot even lose. Go to the hospital. You cannot do the impossible. You cannot do it. That means there's a sihr with your stomach contamination, brother and sister. Also, and having of that when we smell, breathe, if there is no sickness, but you can't breathe well, that means that and also you are healthy, but I can't breathe. That somebody give you a magic. You have to be careful, my dear. Sometimes also envy. Especially if you look good, you are rich, you are this, you are that, and something make you paralyzed completely. Yes, by the way, is that sihr, magic, or envy make the person paralyzed? Absolutely, yes. Trust me with that. Okay. Sometimes also people also the face regarding white or black or colors, it has become very dark, very dark. Very dark, cannot even see the person, period. That means it's sihr. But also, there is a treatment, my dear brother and my dear sister. Okay. Some also people have anxiety, everything anxiety. That take medicine. A lot of people take medicine for anxiety. A lot of medicine for anxiety. That means somebody give you an evil eye or give you a sihr, a magic. That's why this kind of anxiety. Because yes, medically also I know about that. I'm not a medical doctor. I have a doctor in Sharia, but a lot of things here from kind of this always worry and worry and worry about tomorrow, worry and worry and worry, and plus anxiety without no reason to anxiety. That means treat yourself from the book of Allah when I speak about it, inshallah. Okay, and that's recently about nightmares. I mentioned that Sunnahfollowers about explaining the dreams. Brother and sister, the dreams, الأحلام, الحلم حديث الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم الحلم من الشيطان والرؤيا من الرحمن. الحلم the dream from the shaitan, الرؤيا the vision from الرحمن Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to distinguish between the dreams and from the shayateen. Okay, now a lot of have nightmares and nightmares or nightmares. That means you have to stop, look around you, check your house, check the community, check what's going on in your life to know where that become the sihr come. The sihr, by the way, and also mass touch by the jinn والعياذ بالله. Okay, we're gonna speak about also treat, inshallah. And a person also in a dream, recently, a person very high building, and I push myself, building down, and I wake up. It's not a dream. That's from shaitan. You try to kill yourself. That's shaitan. Some people, this kind of dreams make heart attack. We have to be careful with your brother and sister. Also, some people stand up and walk, and in the night he sleeps, or male or female, and just walk, sleeping, walking. That means that's sihr. That's sihr. Then if something happened, and sometimes the person cannot feel it. Just like person snoring until wife or husband, oh, you're snoring. No, I don't snoring. You're sleeping. Exactly. You walk sometimes in the street, you walk or you wake up and walk. That means something have sihr, magic happened to you, my dear brother and sister. Of course, some people also, when they dream, because go back, we mentioned that in the dream before we saw in the forward. About in the dreams, cats and dogs and lions and animals and a tiger and dragon. But here, all this from the shayateen. It's not a dream. It's not a dream, brother and sister. Okay, and people have extreme headache. Go to the hospital, game Tylenol, go Advil. This medicine is still extreme headache. Of course, you go to the doctor says nothing wrong. Taxi here, there, nothing wrong. Then go to yourself, around yourself, touch yourself, first judge yourself, touch your bedroom, apartment, the house around you to know why you have headache, and the doctor and the x-rays or the MRI, and there's nothing wrong with me. Then something happened to me. Let me treat myself before I make kufr. By the way, I mentioned that Sunnahfollowers also. Brother and sister, give me attention. What shaitan want from us? What shaitan from me? You need my heart. If the shaitan control my heart, I lose everything in my life. Put this in your mind. The heart is the key. Okay? And hadith Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam al-Bukhari قال إن بالجسد مضغة. In the body is the clot. إذا صلح صلح العالم كله. Is that clot, that piece in the body good, the whole everything good. If that piece مضغة bad, the whole body is bad. That is the qalb, the heart. Okay, brother and sister. And also when rapidly in the heart, your heart rapid, and the doctor says nothing wrong. I don't know what happened to you. Okay, that means magic, sihr, my dear brother and sister. And some people, that's very important. Some people, they think they have anxiety, but he lost it. Husband and wife, especially husband and wife. and together they get angry and they lost everything. Oh, I need divorce. That means judge yourself. You know, when you this kind of complete anger without reason, no reason, that means something wrong in the house with you, around you. Okay. Some people have their feet numb. Your feet numb and head numb. Oh, that means somebody give you an evil eye. Especially the recent actually in the office, a sister in the office, mashallah, she typed in around, I don't know, like 100 words in this than a few minutes. Boom, 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 boom. And suddenly, the hand cannot even move like this. Like this. And then that's what happened. And of course, alhamdulillah, she followed what Allah said, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She said, okay, but suddenly like this. And who? The people around her. They are in the office, a lot of people in the office, time, and that's what happened to her. We have to be careful, my dear brother and sister. Still a treatment of every situation. Hadith Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, everything there is that, every sickness is a treatment, except the death. Except death. Everything treatment. Okay. By the way, stress without reason, anxiety, also, my dear brother and sister, many that, and also I mentioned that the animals, which are a lot of animals around you. Now, let's go now for the treatment, any kind of problem, my dear brother and sister, that treatment. Again, before I go complete, I mentioned that in the beginning. I mentioned actually a year ago, Sister Layla and Sunnahfollowers, we spoke about it. Brother and sister, again, to listen to the ruqya in the phone is waste of time. Absolutely waste of time to listen to the ruqya in the phone. Listen. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Why? The ruqya that in the phone to learn, not to running in the house or running in the house. A lot of people go, oh, Sheikh Ibrahim, I run the ruqya all day in the house. That you waste your time. You do it yourself. Somebody can do it for you. Yes. So, oh, Brother Ibrahim, I don't know, I cannot read the Quran. Yes, you can listen to the Quran. Number one, brother and sister, I mentioned Surah Al-Baqarah. Wallahi, in Sunnahfollowers, alhamdulillah, every Saturday night we speak about Surah Al-Baqarah. Surah Al-Baqarah is a tins, is a treasure. Especially 104. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَاتَّبَعُوا مَا تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ عَلَى مُلْكِ سُلَيْمَانَ, to the end of the ayah. وَمَا كَفَرَ سُلَيْمَانُ وَلَكِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ كَفَرُوا يُعَلِّمُونَ السِّحْرَ. السِّحْرَ, that means those shayateen, they're teaching the people magic. Some people magic become like a job. Magic become like a job. We have to be careful with it. By the way, whoever deal with magic is a kufr. Whoever make magic is a kufr. Is not a Muslim anymore. Is not a Muslim anymore. To accept the magic. Oh, some people, pay them attention. Some people, actually, somebody in Chicago, I know very well. That person, he makes thousands of dollars to give some kind of paper like this, and like this, and inside it put some Quran and some this and the dua, something, and a person do with a chain like this. If you believe in this, that kufr. If you believe in this paper with the Quran, even Quran in it. Of course, it's not Quran is some Quran and some kind of lines. But that paper, that whoever believe in this, he is not Muslim anymore. Plus, trust me with that, you bring jinn easy to yourself, inside you, and easy to your own household. Any paper like this in your neck, that kufr, number one. Number two, bringing a damage and harms to your household, my dear brother and sister. Be careful with that. Okay. Number two, I was in one of the houses. The house suddenly, the bathroom destroyed completely from like a rock like this, and hitting the bathroom, the window in the bathroom from inside the house to outside. And they have no kids. No one to do that. How? Brother and sister, when you very, very, very important to enter the bathroom, any kind of music in the bathroom. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he entered the bathroom, he say Bismillah. Before he enter the bathroom with the left leg, enter the bathroom, no music, no dancing. Some people actually, one of the kids actually, in the bathroom, and he's taking shower, and then what? He become completely paralyzed. The jinn came to him. The jinn become inside that person in the shower. We are singing and the music and singing, bringing the jinn. Music, period, bringing jinn to the house. Actually, I will prepare something here also very important. I didn't know in the paper. I put it somewhere. My office have to be clean, inshallah. Oh, by the way, the jinn, by the way, it comes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Surah Al-A'raf, ayah number 27, Surah Al-A'raf. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya bani Adam, you mean all son of Adam, لا يفتننكم الشيطان, do not the shaitan make you fitna, كما أخرج أبويكم من الجنة, that make our father out of the Jannah. And what happened? من الجنة ينزع عنهما لباسهما ليريهما من سوآتهما. Give me attention. Very, very important, brother. This ayah very يخرجون لباسهما, and he said إنه يراكم هو وقبيله من حيث لا ترونهم. The jinn can see us, but we cannot see the jinn. But they see, Allah said that. They see us, يرونكم. Okay? So they see us, especially when you are naked and having actually man, brother and sister, and kids, mostly kids, become naked in the house, always naked. Yes, it's not haram. But if you know adhkar, no mention of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you bring that jinn touching and you sexually. When I speak more, inshallah, my dear brother, say, Allah said, من الجنة ينزع عنهما لباسهما ليريهما من سوآتهما وإنه يراكم هو وقبيله. I mean, the jinn can see us. The jinn can see us, my dear brother and sister. حديث الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم ستر ما بين الجن وعورات بني آدم إذا دخل الكنيف. Say بسم الله. For to protect you, that's Rasulullah. Whoever entered the bathroom and to be protected from the jinn, say Bismillah will enter. Of course, Rasulullah will enter the booth, say enter أعوذ بالله من الخبث بسم الله أعوذ بالله من الخبث والخبائث. Male and female jinn. There is a male and female, yes. Can the jinn attach the person, male or female, and the sister as well? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. That's why even we have a sexual relationship between husband and wife. Before they start the sexual relationship, also Bismillah. Bismillah, that's our Bismillah to protect your Allah جانب الشيطان, the dua when you have kids. But always at least minimum if you remember the dua, say Bismillah. That protection from the jinn. Under the bathroom, protection from the jinn. Bismillah, we enter the house, we enter the house. Or leave the house, Bismillah. Go to the car, Bismillah. That protection, my dear brother and sister. Let us speak more, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen. But that's also and Hadith Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم also احفظ عوراتك أو احفظ عورتك. Protect your private parts, private parts in the front and the back, and for his sister also her breast. احفظ عورتك من احفظ إلا زوجتك. That is for men. احفظ عورتك إلا من زوجتك. Protect yourself, your عورة, except your wife, husband and wife. وما ملكت يمينك. Of course, قال معاوية one of the Sahaba asked رسول الله فإن كان أحدنا خاليا, no one when I have a relationship with my wife, he asked Rasulullah, no one with us. قال الله أحق أن يستحيا منه. You feel from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, say Bismillah, you protect yourself also with that, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love that Bismillah, my dear brother and sister. I make some male and female brothers and sisters in the bathroom, in the bed. That's why it's been having to feel yourself, somebody having a sexual relationship with me. It's easy. Bismillah. أعوذ بسم الله اللهم بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم 3 times. قل أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق 3 times. قل أعوذ بالله من شر ما خلق. Many hadith with that. We mentioned that in Sunnahfollowers before. But the key, at least, protect yourself by the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, الله آية الكرسي, the last 2 آية from سورة البقرة, آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه, and قل هو الله أحد 3 times, قل أعوذ بالفلق 3 times, قل أعوذ بالناس 3 times, and wipe yourself and protect yourself from any jinn. And that's who Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So that great things, my dear brothers and sisters, related to be protecting yourself from that, it is Al-Quran. The protection, the true protection for everyone is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahi, the book of Allah, not anything else. And again, this kind of, somebody give you this, if you have it, I know some people actually recently, if you have it, throw it away right now. Throw it away. In fact, like a few months ago, a brother, he gave me this, and a brother, he came to me. So, Brother Ibrahim, have a lot of problems. What to do, brother? I asked him a question. I see this in his neck. I said, what is exactly it? Oh, there's Sheikh and Sheikh so and so gave it to me. And I said, did you pay for this? And he said, yes. How much? $1,000. I said, brother, my advice to you, throw it away. Throw it away, you'll be cured. So, no, haram, ya Sheikh, haram. I said, brother, what is haram? It's haram. He said, the Sheikh is haram. It's haram. I said, can you give it to me? For a long time, anyway, in the end, he gave it to me. I said, brother, and he was away, run away. Run away from it, brother. I was shocked. I said, okay, I went away and I opened it for him, and he was so panicked. That means the jinn inside him because of that paper. And I open it like this, I show him some Quran in it, but not Quran. In between the Quran, some kind I cannot understand it. In between. I cut it and I burn it. And subhanAllah, when I burned it, it was very, very dark smoke come out. And he saw that. What happened to him? He fainted. That's why the jinn inside him. That's scary. Do not accept anything between your chin and your parent. I say, oh, this is Quran. This is Ajal Kursi. This is Al-Fatiha. Quran to read. Quran to comprehend. Quran to understand. Not the Quran for hanging. Be careful. Do not bring jinn to the house, my dear brother and sister. Okay. Of course, I mentioned Ajal Kursi is very important. I passed the time, Sister Layla, I think. But anyway, inshallah, maybe sometimes I'll take more. But my point, however, actually having this kind of all these symptoms, believe it or not, the only solution, Quran and the hadith of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you cannot understand the hadith, you get it in English, by the way, in Urdu, in Chinese, in any language. But how the hadith look like, and run the Surah Al-Baqarah in the house, run it if you cannot read it, of course. Run it, and believe me, that is the solution, my dear brother and sister. Of course, the topic is long, but I think Sister Layla, you can bring it, that lecture, and run it again for details, and give it to the people, inshallah. All right, I'll stop here, inshallah, for question. I give you, yes, sorry for the time. I know I'm running, but if you have.
Okay, one of the sisters here is asking, can you repeat the signs that somebody did hasad that will show on your face again?
Yeah, I have to go back to my notes. Yes. Many signs. But you can listen to the lecture again, sister. Okay, well, okay, here. Start number one. And a lot. The person, male or female, becomes very sad without reason, or crying without reason. Some people, oh, by the way, some kids all crying with food, with toys, you spoil, still crying. If this is crying, go to the doctor with the kid. If there's no problem with the kid, that means it's some jinn or envy to that kid. I mentioned, I forgot that. Also, number two, if you are shocked, you can't even breathe. Shocked, breathing. Also, under the eyes here, and sometimes in the elbow and the thigh, you find some kind of dark, not black, dark dots, or yellow. Yellow, from that is the female give you that hasad, that that magic. The female give you that magic if there is dark with yellow. Okay, and also sometimes still the whole body, and you go to the doctor and they say nothing wrong with you. That means somebody give you that hasad or an evil eye. That enough, inshallah, sister?
Okay, another question from another person is, what do you do if your jinn continues? You play the Quran every night, you play Ali Imran and Baqarah, but your jinn still has relations with you.
Okay. You, number one, you have to go check your house. Check your house. حديث الرسول ليس حديث في البخاري ومسلم. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he entered the house, Aisha radiallahu anha, and Rasul Jibreel, he did not enter the house for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and once he came, before he entered the house of Aisha radiallahu anha, Jibreel stopped. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked him, why you come long time, what happened? قال نحن الملائكة, we are the angels, we don't enter a house with pictures or a dog. So maybe there's a picture in the house, or some drugs in the house, something in the house that the jinn there is Surah Al-Baqarah. Has to be clean and also give complete, I mentioned in the beginning, you forgot, attention in Surah Al-Baqarah. And Allah said, أعوذ بالله الكريم, وإذا قرأ القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا. If the Quran running, give attention and comprehend. I'll be fine, inshallah.
Okay,
Yes, Sister.
those are the only two I had here. You guys have any on Zoom?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Yes, go ahead, Wilson.
My question is, brother, my daughter is complaining about a sharp pain in her chest. And
Go back. What happened to her in your chest?
about she's having a sharp pain in her chest. I took her to the doctor at the emergency room. They do AKG.
Yes.
They do X-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do everything. They telling me they didn't see anything.
Yes.
They say maybe is gas or something like that. And since we come back from that hospital, every like 2 or 3 days, she still complaining about this pain. 2 days ago, she messaged me. I was at work. She told me, "Mommy, I'm having that sharp pain, but sharp pain on my chest. This is not a gas, Mommy. It's very painful. It's come and then goes away. And the pain moves sometimes between her chest, sometimes at her left side, and then that's how she feels that pain. And they do X-ray and everything. They say they didn't see anything. I have an intention to call her pediatrician to schedule another appointment to take her. Maybe she can send her to a specialist to see if they can find something. Allahu Alam.
Yes,
So
sir.
what do you think is this situation? SubhanAllah.
And your daughter, she have a cell phone?
No.
She listens to music?
I teach them not listening to even the TV. They hear the music come, they just mute the TV. She doesn't listen to music.
If she does listen to music, and this happened to her, that means physically. Something that physically, I mean, back to the sickness. But I believe that, hold on. See, before the school now, before the school start, before the school,
I think she have this pain since she was in the school before the summer, and this pain sometimes she complain about palpitation too. I was telling her maybe you have anxiety, Zainab. I was telling her I think you have anxiety.
Yes, she have an anxiety.
Absolutely. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I want to bring her back to her pediatrician to send her to a specialist to check her good again.
Yeah,
my thinking is anxiety because she's telling me, "Mommy, I'm having this pain, and then sometimes I'm hearing boom, 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 boom. My heart is boom, boom, boom." That's what she told me. I say, I think you have anxiety. I don't know.
By the way, anxiety, sister, for everyone in Sunnahfollowers, please give me attention. Anxiety brings Jinn to yourself. The reason of the anxiety, by the way, is the Jinn. The reason, not sickness, by the way. By the way, everyone can have this, include myself. Sometimes something happens, I get extremely angry. But then I found out there's no reason to get angry.
Yeah.
This anxiety, but the sister, the most important thing, they're very important. Sit with the doctor, read Surah Al-Fatiha 7 times, water, 7 times, and if you recite Ayat al-Kursi, and قل هو الله احد قل رب الناس.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I know how to do Ruqya Sharia. I already buy some water. I buy some water sometimes. I sit and read some Ayat al-Kursi and Falaq and Nas and some dua.
That's it.
And give them to drink. Yeah.
That's it, inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right.
Jazakallah khair.
Anything, sister? Layla? Okay, before I finish, inshallah, alhamdulillah, all the questions, the other calling before, all the questions already answered, alhamdulillah. I wrote it down, actually, write it down. So share everybody, there's a habit to you, then how to treat yourself, inshallah. Otherwise, I'll be Saturday with Sister Layla, got all the questions, and Saturday night, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله فيكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. This was a good class. Okay, guys, everybody stick around because we have my class, which will be happening in a few minutes too, okay? So what I'm going to do is let you guys take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to come back for my class on the Metcalcitic tafsir. So yeah, let me put this up and we'll be right back, inshallah. Oh, yeah, I had this mic off. Okay, I'm gonna take a 10-minute break, guys. But I was telling the brother, I'll put some shorts out. Don't worry. Okay, so give me a 10-minute break, then I'll be back with my class. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I had to pray, so give me a second. Okay, I'm here, so give me a second. Bring my computer in. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Okay, everybody ready to start my class? Everybody's ready? Inshallah. Okay, here we go. Email, you guys can't hear on there, right? Can y'all hear me on YouTube?
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. Inna alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody to our class. This is the new class that I just began last week. Also based on the book of Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid entitled The Meqasidic Tafsir. Everybody see that? And inshallah, this book can be purchased at Amazon. Make sure you guys go to Amazon.com. The book is $19.99. Yes, all the books here are $19.99, all of his books. And you want to get this one, the green one, the volume 1. Okay, this is the one I'm going to try to, inshallah, go through the entire series. I mean, it's this is a trilogy so far. And I'm going to try to teach the whole trilogy to you guys. But I want you guys to make sure you go to Amazon.com. The book is $19.99. Pick it up because, alhamdulillah, it's going to give you a better understanding of the Quran. Now, just before I begin, let me ask a question just to see how well your memory is. Who can tell me what's the difference? What makes a Meqasidic tafsir special or different than any other understanding or explanation? What makes the Meqasidic tafsir different than a regular tafsir? Anyone? Can anybody remember what makes it different? Or how does it differ?
The difference is the Maqasidic tafsir. It uses the understanding based on the Prophet ﷺ and his companions, and he uses the hadith to explain the meaning of the Quran based on what the Prophet ﷺ said and with understanding of the companions.
MashaAllah, that's the correct answer. I don't even have to add to it. MashaAllah, good job, Yasmin. That's what makes it different. This is the understanding as presented by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and understood by his companions. And of those companions, we talked about how there were several companions whom the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua for, asking Allah to give them understanding of the Quran. And who were those three? The three males. Who were the three male companions? Can anybody remember that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua for, asking Allah to give them a great understanding of the Quran? Can anybody remember who those three companions were? The three male companions.
Ibn Umar. Oh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on, people.
I
Ibn
can just
Umar
only remember two of them. Ibn Abbas and Ibn Umar. Go ahead, Yasmin.
and Abu Huraira.
Okay, you guys agree? Ibn Abbas, Ibn Umar, and Abu Huraira, were those the three?
Ibn Mas'ud.
Exactly. It was not not Abu Huraira. Abu Huraira was the one with the hadith. Okay, with the understanding of the Quran, it was Ibn Abbas, Ibn Umar, and Ibn Mas'ud. And of those three, which one had the better understanding of the Quran and why? Who can remember? Of those three companions, Ibn Abbas, Ibn Umar, and Ibn Mas'ud, which one had the better understanding of the Quran and why? Who can remember?
Ibn Abbas, because not only did he have deep understanding of the Quran, but the Prophet ﷺ also asked Allah to give him the to be able to use it to interpret and explain it to the people.
Exactly. Ibn Abbas, he was the Prophet's cousin, number one. And so he had a better relationship, a closer relationship with him. And the Prophet ﷺ didn't just ask Allah to give him a deep understanding of the Quran. He also said, and oh Allah, let him be able to interpret it and clarify it well to others. That's what the tafsir is all about. So that's why a lot of times when you guys ask the people of knowledge questions about the religion, if something is not clear, for example, when you guys come to me and you ask me about masturbation, I'm not going to sit here and give you the answer that these other brothers give. I'm going to give you the real answer that as the companions understood it. So when you come to me and ask me, for example, about masturbation, I'm going to tell you it's lawful. It's not haram, because there is no verse, absolutely no verse in the Quran that says it's haram. Number one. Number two, there is no, I repeat, not any authentic hadith from the prophet that says it's haram. You guys are reading opinions of the four imams. So what I will do is tell you, no, it ain't haram, because if it were, Allah would have mentioned it. Number two, what is the understanding that the companions had? I'll tell you what Ibn Abbas said. And this hadith is authentic. Ibn Abbas said there's nothing wrong with masturbation. It's nothing but touching yourself. It's not zina. Then I'll tell you what Ibn Umar said, who's the second one he made dua for. Ibn Umar said it's nothing but releasing your own water. Then I'll tell you what Aisha radiallahu anha said, who is also a scholar of fiqh. She said it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing but touching yourself and relieving yourself. So how can anyone refer to it as being an act of zina? That's what Aisha said. So that's why when you guys come to Layla with questions, a lot of times my answers are nothing like these brothers, because the brothers rely on the fatwas of the four imams. That's not me. Nobody understands this religion better than those original companions. And when the original companions speak, everyone, including the four imams, can go sit down and listen and learn. Maqasidic, the understanding of the Quran that those original companions had. I ain't talking about nobody but those originals. That's what I'm going to give you. I ain't going to give you El Hassan El Basri's view. I'm going to give you the originals' view, because they understood it better. The Prophet ﷺ made dua for those three men. He didn't make dua for no four imams. He didn't even know them. They didn't know him. So I'm sorry, their opinions on masturbation, they can, hello, may Allah bless you, forgive you of your sins. I mean, they are righteous men, but they didn't get that right. They didn't get the menses right either. That's why when you guys come to me with that menses, I'm telling you, the prophet said it ain't got nothing to do with no days. It's about the color of the blood. That's clear. That's Bukhari. That's clear. It's what Salama said. That's Bukhari. That's what Aisha said. That's Bukhari. That's what Fatima said. That's Bukhari. I don't care what the four imams have to say. So that's the danger we get into with the religion. When it comes to trying to get the proper understanding of this deen, it should not be based on how the four imams interpret it. It should not be based on how Ibn Taymiyyah interpreted it. May Allah bless all these men, because they were all great scholars, and even they said, if we say anything that contradicts what the prophet said, disregard us, okay? But the bottom line is, you're not going to get that many people who's going to teach you based on the understanding of those companions. I do here. We don't do no mathab here. It's nothing but understanding of the companions. And when we say companions, we say originals. I ain't talking about the second or third. Originals. Okay? That's the best. So we've talked about that. And today what we're going to do is we're covering pages. That was the introduction last week. Today we're going to be covering pages 10 through 13. Pages 10 through 13 of the book. Take the book out. Turn to page 10. Because we're going to break down what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd does is he breaks down the meaning of the word tafsir. Okay, so let me get the PowerPoint. Okay, that's me. Oh, what's this? Okay. Here I am. That's me. Okay. I'm getting confused by which one is me. Which computer is me? The real me. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me switch that. It's gonna clear. Give me a second. Where's my PowerPoint? Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to figure out where I put. Oh, here it is. I was going to say, what happened to my desktop? My PowerPoint is gone. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's share the screen. Take it here. Okay. Okay. Let me switch here so I can see. Okay, so today, 11 through 15. Oh, no, it's going to be 13. I put on here 11. Okay, pages 11 through 15. This is what, inshallah, we're going to be discussing today. Okay, and it's going to, we're going to go over a couple of Arabic words that you need to know the definition of. And let's look to see what Sheikh Kareem says here. He says the Quran, and this is important. Today I had some brothers join me, my 6 o'clock class, asking me about the punishment of the grave, because they said that some mosque down there in Tampa, Florida, I don't know what's going on down there with Tampa, but in Tampa, Florida, there's some community that's telling the people that there is no punishment in the grave. I don't understand where these brothers are, what these communities are teaching. I mean, you know, I'm not into that, but there is a punishment. You will be punished in the grave. Allah speaks about it in the Quran, and there's numerous hadiths on that. I mean, you know, I'm not into that, but okay. And also, we talked about how there are some Muslims that deny the qadr of Allah. They don't believe that everything good and evil comes from Allah. Well, believe it or not, guys, there's another group that believe that the Quran, listen at this, that the Quran is not the word of Allah, it's the creation of Allah. Oh yeah. You'll find a lot of those Muslims on the East Coast, here where I live, on the East Coast. They believe that the Quran is not the word of Allah. Well, listen to this. The Quran is the word of Allah. It originated from Allah, and it will return to him. We just went over the signs of the last hour the other day. We talked about how after Jesus dies, the Quran will disappear from the heart of everyone, because the believers will all die from that virus, leaving only kafirs on earth. And these people will have no concept of La ilaha illallah. Okay, so the Quran originated from Allah, and it will return to him. The Quran, Allah recited it. He recited it. He recited it. Those were his words. And the angel Jibril alayhi salam heard his words. And the angel Jibril was appointed to bring those words to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Y'all understand that? The Quran is the speech of Allah, which means it is one of his attributes. It is from him. It is not the created word. Y'all understand that? There are Muslims that think that it was created. The Quran was created. No, it's the uttered speech of Allah. And for those deviant groups who negate the attributes of Allah by claiming that the Quran was created, they do, like I was telling y'all, whenever these communities are that's teaching y'all that there's no punishment in the grave, they're teaching you guys that Allah does not create evil. These are deviant groups, and you need to do some distance yourself from them, because all the companions didn't agreed that the Quran is the speech of Allah. We have the hadiths, whereas the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what's the source? Bukhari. He was asked about the revelations, and he told us clearly that sometimes he would hear it like the ringing of a bell in his sleep, and then other times the angel Jibril would just come to him and give it to him directly from him. The Quran are the words of Allah. And that's the purpose of the angel Jibril. Jibril was the angel of revelations. He was the one that would go and talk to the prophets on behalf of Allah. He would come and tell the Prophet Muhammad, this is what Allah said. And he would rehearse the Quran with him during the month of Ramadan, review it. The year that he died, Jibril met with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam twice during the month of Ramadan. So whoever says that the Quran is created and is not the speech of Allah is considered an apostate. Listen to what Tahawi said, and we went over that book. This is one of the books that's been translated into English by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli. We went over that book, his book called Al-Aqidah, okay? He says the Quran is the word of Allah. It originally came from him without ascribing modality to his speech. He sent it down to his messenger as a revelation, and the believers accept all of that as being the truth. They are certain that it is the word of Allah. It is uncreated, unlike the speech of creatures. Allah created language. All language came from him. Goldfish language came from Allah. Dolphin language came from Allah. French, English, Spanish, German. Allah is the creator of all language. But his speech is his speech. The Quran is his speech. It's not a created thing. Does everybody understand that? This is very important. This is an important component of belief. Any of you who think opposite of this, you got an issue. Remember, unless your aqidah, your belief system is correct, unless your belief system is as the companions was, unless your understanding of this religion is the understanding that those original companions had, Allah is not going to accept any of our good deeds. So we have to understand this thing like they did, okay? And again, so we affirm that whoever says Allah does not have speech has disbelieved. And for those people that claim that Allah does not have speech, it negates and rejects what Allah said about the hypocrites. Listen to what Allah said. Allah says that the hypocrites, in the interpretation of meaning, the hypocrites, they wish to change the words of Allah. That's what they want to do. The hypocrites want to change the words of Allah. They want to make their own religion. They want to be like the Zionists, okay? Create their own belief system, like Musaylima did, okay? We can't change the words of Allah. Our goal as believers is to submit to everything that Allah says and to strive to understand that Quran the way those original companions did and implement it. And I hope this is clear. And I like the way Sheikh Kareem broke this down. So now we get to the question for today. What does the word tafsir mean? We always talk about the tafsir of the Quran. What does that mean in English? Tafsir. It translates in English to mean to explain, the explanation. So if I tell you to look at the tafsir of a verse, I am asking you to look at the explanation of the meaning of that verse. So whenever you hear the Arabic word tafsir in your mind, make your mind register explanation of. The explanation of the verses, the explanation of the words, and the structure of the Quran. And the objective of tafsir is to bring about the apparent meaning of what Allah is saying. You want to be able to understand his speech so that you can benefit from what he's saying. And you can live up to what he's saying. But in order to understand the Quran, guys, it's not an easy task. And you all know that. Because how many of you read the Quran and you walk away with a different understanding than the person next to you? Okay? We have to understand that the explanation of a verse cannot be separated from the context in which that verse was revealed. Let me give an example. You can't say that because Allah sent down a verse from the Quran, and when that verse was sent down and the prophet recited it, because black birds were flying in the sky, that means that women can only wear black. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. Allah doesn't speak that way, and we cannot separate the meaning from the context. And that's why I tell you guys, you have to know the history. One of the reasons why Muslims today do not understand the Quran is because they don't know the history of it. They don't know what happened to make Allah say what he said. And that's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you will never understand the Quran until you learn what I said and what I did. because the hadiths, that's what hadith means. The hadiths are the explanation of the Quran. The tafsir is from the hadiths. It's from what the Prophet said and did. Okay? What happened in the history of our development as a way of life to cause Allah to say, oh, you women, when you speak publicly, do not make your voices soft. What happened to make Allah send that down? When you speak publicly, make your voice loud and intimidating the way mine is. That's why I speak this way. This is the way Allah commands us to speak. I'm public. I'm on the internet, public. I don't know what sicko men are out there listening to me. Allah bless me with some looks. I got to take their attention off my face some type of way, so my voice is knocking you back. My voice is strong, loud, intimidating to keep you away from what may harm me, my face. Y'all see that? So the understanding of a verse, in order to understand it, you can't separate it from the context. You have to know the history. You have to know the hadith, in other words. You have to know who, what, where, when, why. So in order to truly understand the Quran, it's a gift. And it's a jihad. It's a struggle. So that's the meaning of tafsir. Tafsir means to explain, the explanation of. What's the explanation of the meaning? When Allah says, oh, you women who believe, do not make a public spectacle of yourself. What is the explanation of that? What is Allah saying? He's saying, when I go out publicly, do not bring undue attention to me because I can get harmed. Don't do what I don't have to behave the way I had to behave before Islam. Before Islam, women had to soften their voices and walk with a switch and bring attention to themselves to be recognized. A woman had to sell herself. She had to prostitute herself to be acknowledged. Well, Islam liberated women. We don't have to do that anymore. And where does that understanding come from? The hadith. Ibn Abbas, he explains that verse. Aisha, radiallahu anha, she explains that verse. So that's tafsir. Okay, so now the second definition, the second term, mufassir. Mufassir. This refers to a person who is qualified to give the explanation of the meaning of the Quran to you. An example, someone like Dr. Ibrahim Dremali. This is one of Dr. Ibrahim Dremali's specialty, guys. Dr. Ibrahim Dremali has a PhD in tafsir of the Quran. Yes, this is his specialty. Not just him, Sheikh Saud. Sheikh Saud of our website. This is what he is. He's mufassir. This is a person who explains and clarifies, who can break down, give you the explanation of the meaning. And how do they do that? It's hard. They employ Quranic sciences. They use the science of the Quran. Who else is mufassir? This is Dr. Asim of my website. All the men that teach here on my website, they are all mufassir. Dr. Dremali, Sheikh Saud, Dr. Asim. What they do is they use Quranic science to explain, to interpret, and to provide understanding for those verses. And all three of those brothers have PhDs in this. They all studied it in school. Dremali studied it. Sheikh Saud studied it. Dr. Asim has 6 PhDs. One of them is in this. And we have to understand, guys, when the tafsir of the Quran is not based on a scientific method, that's when contradiction occurs. When y'all listen to these brothers and sisters, many who are just famous speakers, they sit on the internet, they got their own internet shows, and they give you what they call meaning of the Quran. These people ain't qualified. They haven't studied the science. First of all, you got to be a scholar of the Arabic language. You got to be a scholar of the Arabic language, the Fusha. And most people are not scholars, okay? And not only that, you have to know the hadiths. And as you all know, most people don't know the hadiths. Whenever we deviate away from the scientific methods, that's when contradiction occurs. Reliable explanation of the Quran is based on evidence. Reliable explanation of the Quran is based on evidence, like you guys see when we try to answer your questions here at Sunnah Followers. We'll give you the meaning and we'll give you a hadith from Ibn Abbas or Aisha, radiallahu anha, or someone that explains it. So that's the meaning of that word. And again, you have to study the Quran. This is not an easy thing to do. Okay, you have to know that Arabic language. You have to know the history of Islam. You have to know a lot, man. And the goal of the mufassir is to derive clear explanations instead of opinions. They're not going to give you an opinion. They're going to give you a clear explanation. And their aim is to show when, where, and why. That's why you have to know the history. Who, what, where, when, why. That's the hadiths. Okay? You have to show the who, what, where, when, why in a consistent manner. And by the way, sister, anyone here, can one of you on Facebook who is also on Dremali's friend list? In fact, no, hold on, I can do it. Let me share. I forgot to share the lecture to Dremali's page. Hold on for a second, guys. Let me do it. I can do it real quick. Why does it say send in messenger? Is any of you, because if I don't want to mess up my screen, can any of you that's on Dremali's page share this video, the video to his Facebook page? Mina, somebody there in Zoom that can say yes, no? Because if I can't do it on my cell phone, it'll only send it in Messenger. And I don't want to mess my screen up. Okay, but I'll do it after class if I can. All right, so, you know, that's the definition of mufassir. And again, guys, as Muslims, we are all obligated. We are all obligated as Muslims to learn this religion. Seeking knowledge of Islam is an obligation upon every one of us. When those angels pull your soul at death, they're going to ask you why you didn't learn the religion. And the virtues of seeking knowledge are many. A lot of reward in seeking knowledge of this religion. And that's why I tell you guys, even for donating, like, for example, when you sisters donate to keep this website going, you're getting the reward of Dr. Dremali. You're getting the reward of me, of Sheikh Saud and Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd, Sheikh Atli. Whatever blessings Allah is giving us for our dawah efforts, you guys are getting the reward too, because you're sharing the gift of true knowledge and true understanding with your donations. If you weren't donating to support us being on the internet to stream, we wouldn't be able to convey the message. Listen to this hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the one who speaks about the book of Allah relying only on his opinion with no knowledge will take his seat in hell, even if his opinion was right, because he guessed. This is a big sin that we see Muslims doing today, especially on Facebook. How many of you are in Facebook groups where you got a bunch of Muslims asking questions about Islam, and you guys are typing answers? First of all, none of you are qualified. None of you are qualified, even if your answer is right. We cannot sit around and try to explain the Quran without employing the necessary Quranic sciences. That's why I am so against those ask me any question and I'll answer Facebook groups. That's why I tell y'all, don't participate in those groups. Don't answer no questions. You're not qualified. Don't do that. Those people cause more harm than good because they're not using the correct science, the correct art. They're just guessing. They're fatwa shopping and all of that, when Islam is not based on that. We have to be very careful. Remember, Allah says that he hates everything that he made unlawful. And of all the things that he hates, the thing he hates the most is for people to speak about him, speak about his deen without knowledge. So, tafsir is an Arabic word that refers to explanation. Some things in our religion, Allah explains. Allah gives us the tafsir for some things. But there's many things that Allah does not explain. And the things he doesn't explain is to test to see if we will simply submit. And when it comes to giving explanations of the Quran, it must be done according to certain criteria. Number one, the person given the explanation must be a true believer. Number two, the person has to have the sincerity of trying to do it only to please Allah, not for fame, not for money, not for recognition. And number three, he has to perform the act with the fidelity to the method that is known from the tradition of the Prophet. Therefore, the person who explains and clarifies the Quran must begin with authentic knowledge, which is based on the hadith, the authentic hadiths. Not anything weak, not anything fabricated. That's why I tell you guys, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us to stay away from that which is doubtful. I don't deal with doubt. That's why this website, I don't deal with weak hadiths. You guys will come to me and ask me, oh, Sister Layla, this hadith about paradise being at the foot of the mother. I tell you, I don't want to hear that. That hadith is fabricated. It ain't even weak. It's made up. And even if it was weak, I ain't dealing with it. I don't deal with anything doubtful. And that's how the person is that's going to give you the interpretation of meaning of the Quran. It has to be with clear dalil, clear knowledge, not no weak stuff. Everybody understand that? And also, there are other skills that the person who explains the Quran or clarifies the meaning of it has to have. Number one, he has to know how to read the Quran the way the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions read it. In other words, tajweed. He has to know the proper science of tajweed. He has to know how to pronounce stuff, when to stop, how to prolong, how to shorten. Those people that's interpreting the Quran to you guys on Facebook, them people can't even speak Arabic. They can't even read. They can't even pronounce the Fatiha. So what are they doing answering questions about Islam? And again, they have to know the Arabic language. They have to know adjectives, verbs, nouns, all that stuff. And, you know, they have to know the different dialects too. So they have to have mastered the science of the Quran. Okay? They have to know the methods and courtesies that we should follow when reading the Quran. They should know the verses and the ayats, the chapters that were revealed in Mecca, the ones revealed in Medina, and their characteristics. They got to know the hadiths, the body of the text, the chain of narrators, the biography of narrators. They also have to have knowledge of the Islamic laws. They have to have knowledge of the reasons why, the history. Why did Allah say this? Okay? They have to be able to distinguish between different verses. They have to know the arrangements of the chapters of the Quran. So as you guys can see, a lot comes with this. It's not an easy thing, you know, to say, oh, I'm going to give you the meaning. I can give you the understanding. I can give you the understanding of the meaning of that verse. Oh, can you? Really? Can you really tell me what this verse means? Do you really have all this going on? Do you know the Arabic language? Do you know the history? Do you know the who, what, where, when, why? Subhanallah. Okay, so alhamdulillah, I'm going to stop right there. So those are the two vocabulary words that Sheikh Kareem put in this chapter. First, the meaning of tafsir. Tafsir simply is the explanation of the meaning. Mufassir is the person who explains it, who clarifies it, like Dr. Dremali, like Sheikh Saud, like Dr. Asim. All three of those sheikhs here on our website are mufassir. They studied the science of the Quran. Also Sheikh Morsi. Sheikh Morsi's mufassir too. Okay, like I told y'all, we got real scholars here. All right. Okay, are there any questions or comments? Okay, you're not, let me see if I can put that on his page because he was texting me.
I tried to do that, Sister Leila. I tried to post in his page, but I don't know if it worked.
Okay, just forget it. You're not approved then. Okay, let me go on here, guys. I'm going to do it now. All right, so. Yeah, type your question, brothers. Go ahead. You can type. I'm still listening. I'm just working another computer. Yeah, I'll check it in a minute. Give me a second. Here it is. Yes, that's what they go to school to learn. That's the science of the Quran. That's that's an intense class, intense thing. Yes, brother. Yeah, Dr. Dremali has a PhD in it. So does Dr. Asim, and so does Sheikh Saud. They're all PhDs in that. Yeah, they're all PhDs in that. Yeah, they went to school for that. Yes, you have to know the hadith. Exactly. You guys remember, that's what attracted us to Dr. Dremali at this website 20 years ago, before Dr. Dremali got sick. Dr. Dremali was not only an expert in the science of the Quran, but he's an expert in the science of the Hadith too. Dr. Dremali has a PhD in both. Yeah, he knows those Hadiths like I know them, but he can take it even further. Yeah, Dr. Dremali studied the Quran and the Hadith all his life. Yes. That's what his PhD is, Quran and Hadith. So is Sheikh Saud, Sheikh Morsi too. Yes. And Dr. Asim. Okay, this is a good question. Miss Jackson's asking. She said, how do I make sure when I read the Quran in English, I'm not relying on my own opinions? Always have a tafsir. Always have a tafsir book with you. I know in English, the one that y'all have is Ibn Kathir's. It's not the best, but at least it gives you an explanation, understanding. So when I recommend to my students, whenever you're reading the Quran, always have Ibn Kathir's tafsir next to you, so you can look at the meaning. You can go to that verse and look at his explanation of the meaning. Yes, Ibn Kathir was Mufassir too. Yes. So just use the tafsir book with you, because that's what happens. We all put our own opinions in. Oh yeah. Allah says that shaitan, your personal jinn, will make you do that. Our personal jinn will push us to put in our own opinion on things. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, use a tafsir. That's what you do when you read the Quran. Read the interpretation of the meaning of it based on a tafsir is online. You can get a PDF of it. It's online. Let me type his name. Ibn Kathir's tafsir. It's on the internet everywhere. See, I just put it. That's his name, Ibn Kathir. Yeah. The tafsir is separate. Just you go on, write whatever surah, whatever chapter and verse, and then go research it. Research it on the internet with Ibn Kathir. Just type it, Ibn Kathir's tafsir, and it'll tell you the meaning of it. Yeah. Yeah, when you learn the hadiths, then that makes it a lot easier. See, I know the hadiths, so I don't use any tafsir of Ibn Kathir's. I use the hadiths. I know the hadiths. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Ibn Abbas. Who are the three? Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him. Ibn Umar and Ibn Masud, may Allah be pleased with them all. Those are the three that we talked about, that the Prophet made dua for. Ibn Abbas has a better understanding. He's the one that even Umar, may Allah be pleased with him. We talked about that the last time we met. Whenever Umar, radiallahu anhu, would do anything, he would always consult with Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas was a young kid, but he would include him on all their council meetings and things, because his understanding and his interpretation of the meaning was the best. Sister Miss Jackson, I had teachers. When I was 6 years old, I had teachers. Yeah, you got to take your kids and find a teacher. I didn't teach myself this religion. I started memorizing the hadith. It was Mukhtar's father and mother. They were my teachers. Imam Mutawaf. I'm from Imam Mutawaf's community. Imam Mutawaf had us learning them hadiths and memorizing them. Yeah, so I had teachers. So you have to find some teachers that'll teach your children. And then when I memorized them, because I had a photographic memory. I got a photographic memory. And then when I got older and I met Sheikh Morsi gave me the true understanding of the meaning. When Sheikh Morsi became my teacher, he gave me the true meaning, because some of the hadiths, even though I had memorized them, they were in English. And you know that's the meaning is messed up. But when I hooked up with Sheikh Morsi made me learn them the correct meaning. And Sheikh Karadari. Yeah. 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 You have to have teachers. You can't teach yourself this religion. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Go ahead. Yes, a lot of the sisters are asking me this question because it's summertime. You have to cover the top of your feet, sisters. Yes, the top of your feet have to be covered. You have to wear closed-toed sandals, closed-toed shoes. They can't be opened. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to log out for now. Inshallah, I'll try to put those shorts out tonight of Dr. Dremali's lecture too. And inshallah, tomorrow. Yes, I am, Sister Miss Jackson. I'm your teacher. Yes, I am. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What is tomorrow? Wednesday? I have an appointment tomorrow to get my hair done. Wait a minute. Hold on. What time is my appointment? 12 o'clock. Oh, so I'll be back probably around 4. For the people in Zoom, I probably won't be in Zoom. I've been in Zoom early all week, but I probably won't be in Zoom until 4 because I have a point. Got to get my hair done. It ain't been done. Girl, please wash that stuff and girl, getting ready to get it together. Yeah, so, but I'll be in the Zoom room at around 4, inshallah. I should be back by 4. My appointment's at 12. And then tomorrow we have the 6 o'clock class, which is, yeah, and then we have my 9 o'clock, which is the signs of the last hour. Yeah, when I finish, I'm going to do that. When we finish the signs of the last hour for all my new shahadas, I'm going to do how to perform the prayer. A lot of you have been asking me. Yes, I'm going to do that. That's going to be the class to replace the signs of the last hour. I'm going to teach you guys how to pray from A to Z. We're going to go over it. The fiqh of prayer. I'm going to go over to do the fiqh of prayer with you guys. Inshallah. All right, guys, let me log out. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Everybody have a good night, inshallah.